Memory is so treacherous. One moment you're lost in a carnival of delights, with poignant childhood aromas, the flashing neon of puberty, all that sentimental candy floss. The next it leads you somewhere you do not want to go, somewhere dark and cold and filled with the damp, ambiguous shapes you'd hope were forgotten. Memories can be vile, repulsive little brutes. Like children, I suppose. But can we live without them? Memories are what our reason is based upon. If we can't face them, we deny reason itself. Although why not? We aren't contractually tied down to rationality. There is no sanity clause. So when you find yourself locked onto an unpleasant train of thought, heading for the places in your past where the screaming is unbearable, remember there is always madness. Madness is the emergency exit. You can just step outside, close the door on all those dreadful things that happened, and you can lock them away forever. So, I see you received the free ticket I sent you. I'm glad. I did so want you to be here. You see, it doesn't matter if you catch me and send me back to the asylum. Gordon's been driven mad. I've proved my point. I've demonstrated there's no difference between me and everyone else. All it takes is one bad day to reduce the sanest man alive to lunacy. That's how far the world is from where I am. Just one bad day. You had a bad day once, am I right? I know I am, I can tell. You had a bad day and everything changed. Why else would you dress up like a flying rat? You had a bad day and it drove you as crazy as everyone else. Only you won't admit it. But you have to keep pretending that life makes sense. That there's some point to all this struggling. God, you make me want to puke. I mean, what is it with you? What made you what you are? Girlfriend killed by the mob, maybe? Brother carved up by some mugger? Something like that. I bet it's something like that. Because something like that happened to me, you know. I'm not exactly sure what it is. Sometimes I remember it one way and sometimes another. If I'm going to have a past, I prefer it to be multiple choice. But my point is, I went crazy. When I saw what a black, awful joke the world was, I went crazy as a coot. I admit it. Why can't you? I mean, you're not unintelligent. You must see the reality of the situation. Do you know how many times we've come close to World War III over a flock of geese on a computer screen? Do you know what triggered the last World War? An argument of how many telegraph poles Germany owned its war debit creditors to. Telegraph poles? It's all a joke. Everybody had the value you just struggled for. It's all a monstrous, demented gang. So why can't you see the funny side? Why aren't you laughing? No. I'm sorry, but no. It's too late for that. Far too late for that. You know, it's funny. This situation reminds me of a joke. See, there were these two guys in a lunatic asylum, and one night they decided that they didn't like living in the asylum anymore. They decided they were going to escape. So they get up on the roof, and there's just across this narrow gap, they see the rooftops of the town stretching away into the moonlight, stretching away to freedom. Now the first guy, he jumps right across with no problem, but his friend dared to make the leap. You see, he's afraid of falling. So then the first guy has an idea. He says, "Hey, I have a flashlight with me. I will shine it across the gap between the buildings so you can walk across and join me." But the second guy shakes his head. He says, "Wait, what? What do you think? I am crazy? You just turn it off when I'm halfway across." I'm sorry.